Today we'll be solving questions from Indices. The prior knowledge that you require is to know the rules. Just summarizing the rules here: when you have a to the power m times a to the power n, it's a to the power m plus n. When you have a to the power m divided by a to the power n, it's going to be a to the power m minus n. And if you have a to the power m the whole to the power n, then you have a to the power m multiplied by n. So these are the rules that you should know, and showing you some examples here. For the first rule, make sure when you add, you're using the rules of integers. So you have 9 to the power negative 8. And remember not to use the rule if they don't have the same base. Here you can see the base is just the same, and only in this condition you add the powers. The next example is when you have division. So here you can see 7 to the power negative 6 divided by 7 to the power negative 10. So you have 7 to the power negative 6 minus negative 10. So you have a negative and negative, it becomes positive, and negative 6 plus 10 giving you 7 to the power 4. The last example here, this becomes 6 to the power 30. Sharing the next set of rules that you should remember. Here a times b the whole raised to n is equal to a to the power n times b to the power n. So you have an example for that here. For the next one, when you have a over b whole raised to n, so you have a to the power n over b to the power n. This is an example for the second rule. When it is a to the power n, it's equal to 1 over a to the power negative n. This is where you can see that the sign of your power changes, where a positive becomes negative and a negative becomes positive when you just move it from the numerator to the denominator. Here's an example for it. And anything to the power 0 is always 1. This is also a rule that you can remember, which is connected to the previous one. When you have a over b to a fractional power x over y, then if you flip the fraction from a over b to b over a, then you put a negative sign to the power. And here is the example. So when I write 2 over 3 to the power 2 over 3, so when I flip the fraction, it becomes 3 over 2 to the power of negative 2 over 3. So you can see the sign change in your power when you flip the fraction. Starting with easier questions, here they have asked you to simplify. So 18x to the power 18 divided by 9x to the power 9. So first I'll deal with the numbers. I have 18 divided by 9 giving me 2. And here it's x to the power 18. Since it's division, I'll subtract the denominator, the power here, which is 9. And my final answer is 2x to the power 9. In the second question, we need to find the value of x. So I can see here 4x squared is equal to 256. So I'll try to make x squared the subject and then x the subject. So here x squared is equal to 256 divided by 4. So I get x squared is equal to 64. From this we can see if x squared is 64, then x should be the square root of 64, which can be a plus or minus 8. For students who ask me why am I taking a plus or minus, because you have to remember this minus 8 squared is also 64, and if it's a plus 8 square, it is also 64. So this is the reason why your final answer or the final value for x is equal to plus or minus 8. Question 3, again you have to find the value of w. So I have 9 to the power of 24 divided by 9 to the power of w is equal to 9 to the power of 5. So applying the rule, when you have division, we know we write the same base 9, and your power is 24 minus w. So this is equal to 9 to the power 5. Reminding you that whenever you have the same base, I have 9 here, I have 9 here. So whenever the base are equal, that means your power is going to be equal. So you have to equate the power now. I'm writing the keynote for you. When you have the same base on both the sides, then the powers are equal on both the sides. So I'm just going to equate it as 24 minus w is equal to 5. Solving this equation, I'll get negative w as 5 minus 24, which means negative w is equal to negative 19. And simplifying it further, my w is going to be negative 19 over negative 1, which is positive 19. Question 4. Find the value of x. So 4 to the power of x is equal to 1 over 64. Now remember, whenever you see questions like this, your aim should be to make this number in powers of 4. So we know 4 times 4 gives you 64. So I'll write 4 to the power 3 is equal to 64. So 4 to the power x is equal to 1 over 4 to the power 3. Now here I cannot equate the powers. I cannot write x equals 3 because here it's in the numerator. The 4 here is in the numerator, and on the other side of the equation 4 comes in the denominator. So the only way to bring this 4 up is by changing the index, is by changing the power to negative, which means 4 to the power x is going to be 4 to the power of negative 3. Now the key rule works where you have the same base 4 and the power will be the same. So my answer is x equals negative 3. In question 5, you have to simplify it completely. So step 1 is to apply this power to each of the terms inside the bracket. So I'll write 216 to the power 2 over 3 and times y to the power 216 whole power 2 by 3. So this is step 1. Now looking at the denominator here, see I have a 3 in the denominator for this fractional power. So looking at the denominator, I should understand that there should be some number for which 216 is a cube, has a cube root, or find the number when multiplied thrice gives me 216. So I know it's 6 to the power 3, which gives me 216. So I'm going to replace 216 by 6 cube here. So that's my 216, and the fractional power there, which is 2 over 3 times y to the power 216 times, to the power 2 over 3. So we know what to do here. It's like 3 multiplied by 2 by 3 in this part. which is going to be just 2, and here it's going to be 216 times 2 over 3. If you simplify this, you will get 144. So now the power is going to be this. So I'll simplify the simplified answer here for 6. So it's 6 squared times, this part is 144. So y to the power 144. So your final simplified answer is going to be 6 squared, which is 36, y to the power 144. Question 6. 2 to the power of minus y over 16 minus 1 is equal to 1 over 2. One thing which I would like to say is don't try to make this part a single fraction by trying to multiply by 16, and so don't do all these things. It will make your calculations more complicated. Try to make 2 to the power of minus y as the subject. So try removing the terms one by one. So first I'll shift this negative 1 to the other side. So I have 3, 2 over minus y over 16 equal to 1 over 2 plus 1. So how can you simplify this fraction? 1 over 2 plus 1. 1 means it's 1 over 1. Addition of fractions, so I'll times 2 and times 2 here to make the denominator same. So 1 over 2 plus 2 over 2, which is equal to 3 over 2. So this part is going to be 3 over 16, and I have 2 to the power minus y here, and it's equal to 3 over 2. So this is being replaced, this part is replaced by 3 over 2. I'm just writing the same equation here. 3 over 16, 2 to the power minus y is equal to 3 over 2. As I mentioned earlier, the aim should be to make this 2 to the power minus y as your subject. So I'm just taking this term and this term to the other side, which is cross multiplication, and I have 2 to the power minus y is equal to 3 times 16 over 2 is already there times 3. So I hope there is no confusion here. 16 goes to the numerator, 3 comes to the denominator, so they are right here. Cancelling the terms, so I have 2 one time and 8. So 2 to the power minus y is simplified to get a value 8. Now if you look at this, you have 2 here and this is 8, which means you cannot equate the powers. So in order to equate the power, I will write 8 as 2 to the power 3. So I have 2 to the power minus y is equal to 2 to the power 3. Now I have the same base, which means the powers can be equated. So minus y equals 3, which means y equals negative 3. So my final answer is y equals negative 3. Question 7, to find the value of t. 81 squared divided by 3 to the power t is equal to 9. I'll show you two methods. In method 1, I have 81 squared divided by 3 to the power t equals 3 squared. So my aim is to get 3 on either sides of the equation. I know 81 is equal to 9 squared. Now this 9 can be replaced as 3 squared. So the bracket there remains 81 is 9 squared. So this 9 becomes 3 squared, and this bracket is what is here. It's the same thing. So I can write 81 is equal to 3 to the power 4. I'm multiplying them. So this is what I can replace this 81 with. So 81 here is going to be 3 to the power 4. And I just keep the same brackets to the power 2. I've just replaced 81 with 3 to the power 4. Divided by 3 to the power t is equal to 3 square. Now this is 3 to the power 8 divided by 3 to the power t is equal to 3 square, which means 3 to the power of 8 minus t is equal to 3 square. Now I have the same base, so 8 minus t is going to be equal to 2. Simplifying this, I can write 8 minus 2 is my t, and my t is 6. In method 2, I will do it as 81 times 81 is 81 square, divided by 3 to the power t is 9. So I'll just cross multiply by bringing this term there. So this is how it's going to look. 81 times 81 is 9 times 3 to the power t. So which is equal to 81 times 81 over 9 is equal to 3t. Bringing this 9 to the denominator on the other side. You can simplify, which means 9 is 3 squared. 81, as we saw earlier, it's 3 to the power 4, and it's equal to 3 to the power t, which means I have 3 to the power 2 plus 4 as 3 to the power t. So my t is going to be 6, which is 2 plus 4. This is method 2. In this level 3 question, you can see two equations. One is here and the other is here. You are asked to find the value of n, reminding you the rule that cube root of a can be written as a to the power of 1 by 3. And nth root of a can be written as a to the power of 1 by n. Now starting with the first equation, cube root of y squared is equal to 6 root of x. I will rewrite this as y to the power 2 by 3 is equal to x to the power of 1 by 6. So from this, my y is equal to x to the power of 1 by 6 to the power of 3 by 2. So y here is equal to x to the power of 1 by 6 times 3 by 2. So you have y is equal to x to the power of 1 over 4. This is your first equation. Now for those of you who did not understand why y to the power 2 by 3, the 2 by 3 here is gone and it has become 3 by 2 here. Let me remind you, if I say square root of x is equal to y, the option for removing the square root, so in index form, you know, it's 1 by 2 is equal to y. So how do you remove the square root from here? Is by squaring on both the sides. So here what do? When you square, you're just putting a times 2 in the power, and here it becomes y squared. You're doing the same operation on both the sides, squaring. So this becomes x, because 1 by 2 times 2 becomes 1, and you have y square here. So you can see that x is free of that 1 by 2. Fractional power is gone. It's just x now. Applying the same rule here. So let me show you here. If it's y to the power 2 by 3, I'll multiply the power with 3 by 2, and I'll do the same thing here. So this gets cancelled, I get y, and here it's going to be simplified to 1 by 4. Going back to the question for the second equation, you have y equals n root x, which means y is equal to x to the power 1 by n, which is my second equation. I have y equal to x to the power 1 over n, and I have y equal to x to the power 1 over 4. So I can write x to the power 1 over n is equal to x to the power 1 over 4. Now you have used this method in questions where you were dealing with linear and non-linear equations. So x here. So now you can compare. You have the same base, and 1 by n equals 1 by 4, which means n equals 4.